Everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international rolling author Mia Melson-Zia. Also brought to you by the Illumniptical, the think tank of the future. Visit facebook.com/Illumniptical to get a hold of the future. And also brought to you by A Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the book of David, now on Amazon. Sweet Psalmist, keyword Serena Wagner on Amazon. Also brought to you by Heidi 10 Music. Check out our latest at Heidi10music.com. We're here with two terrific people, basically a remarkable duo of father and son authors whose literary works basically have captivated readers with their unique storytelling, wealth, emotion, and more. And of course, we have a wonderful gentleman who's a seasoned writer with a wealth of experience, honing his craft for several decades now, and a trailblazing career of counselor, coach, and consulting. Talk more about that. Also, he has a wonderful person that is emerging as a writer, just like his dad, at an early age, a digital nomad for 8 years, using life design tactics to build a flexible life by basically investing in real estate, traveling worldwide, and he can still work with his employer. And also, they have a book that's basically no BS approach to getting what you want, and also, and how you get it, you can do it online as well, too. We'll find more about that in a minute. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios around the world, and in Colorado, the amazing remarkable duo of father-son authors whose literary works have really kept their authors. Basically, the book is called What the Freak Next? That's F.CK Next. I'm not going to say the actual word, guys. And of course, what's next? We're going to find out just 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented duo of David and Colton Chorpening. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Mike. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to you.
And thanks for being on, guys, as well, too. So you guys are remarkable duo of father and son authors whose literary works have captivated readers with their unique storytelling, wealth, and emotion. You guys have done a great job with that. You guys have wrote Everyday Vision, a practical guide to the life you desire, and also Beyond 55, a field guide for what's next. And David, you're a seasoned writer with a wealth of experience, honing your craft for several decades. You've also had trailblazing career of counseling, coaching, and consulting. And Colton, you emerged as a writer just like your dad, and an early age, which is father and son, basically. So digital nomad for 8 years, using life design tactics to build a flexible lifestyle, investing in real estate, traveling all over the world. And you also work for an employer who lets you do anything you want. And you also had your book, which is a nice hit called What the Freak Next, which is F.CK. I'm not going to say the word. And also, what's next? And of course, we'll find out just 1 minute before getting all that. Guys, tell us how you first got started.
Hey, Mike. Yes. Thanks for having us, and thanks for that incredible introduction.
Well, you gotta wonder what the bleep is next. You know, that's what I'm wondering. So, and I'm looking forward to what the bleep is next, though.
Totally, yeah. And we'll have to ask you what the F is next in your life as well.
Okay.
But yeah, this project started basically about 7 years ago. My dad had worked on his book. It's called Everyday Visionary, and he also had published a workbook called The Field Guide for What's Next. And so he's doing that book, and he published it, and I was reading it, and I filled out the workbook myself. It's a physical workbook where you answer questions and you fill out various things to then create an intention statement on some area of your life where you want to make a change. And so I was filling that out, and I filled it out, and then I just kind of put it away for about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I was digging through some stuff 2 years later, reading through the field guide, and I'm reading through my answers, and I'm seeing that it's very clear that I had created an intention that I wanted to learn how to surf and travel the world.
Nice.
And what was really interesting about that, the hair stood up on the back of my neck because I had just come back from a 2-year trip around the world where I learned how to surf.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, wow, there's obviously something here. Wow. I really, had set forth that intention and have just achieved it. So use the process again. It came really clear that I wanted to work at Google as the next phase in my career. So it took a little bit, but I really focused in on that intention, and I've been now at Google for almost 6 years. So 2 big things in my life definitely were achieved through using this process of creating intentions.
Oh, wow.
And
what do you do at Google, by the way?
Yeah, I do new product launches for hardware. So we have Pixel, Nest, Fitbit, that whole portfolio. So I launch different products every year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. I have to keep in mind when I search Google and everything else. So I want to make sure you get my searches optimized and get the best possible. So that'll be on you. I trust you.
Exactly. You'll have to try out Gemini. That's your best bet. The new AI, the Google's AI.
Gemini, okay, I'll certainly do that. And Dave, you've been around for quite some time, and tell us how you got started.
Yes. So I have been using intention pretty much my whole life. I probably it really came together for me was back in when I was 21. I got into real estate, and back then, a big part of real estate sales were these people would come cruising through town, like Earl Nightingale
Oh, wow.
actually,
Hmm.
actually a guy that's still around today, Tony Robbins. And they really were talking about the concept of intention. Back then, it had more of the term of goal setting.
Hmm.
So kind of, I wasn't really into their whole sales pitch thing, but I did pick up on the goal setting. And I immediately decided to create some intentions around buying real estate so that I could have my finances, some passive income early in my life. And I was fortunate to be able to start acquiring real estate through this intention that I had, and had success with it. And as a result of that success, I started to use it in other parts of my life, like creating a long-term relationship, moving to where I wanted to live, which is Colorado, Manitou Springs, Colorado. And so I have really found that as a tool for me, it has leveraged my, what I would say, average skills
Hmm.
into having a very extraordinary life, of which Colton is a part of that. Being a parent was definitely one of those intentions that my wife and I decided on early. So yeah, so I've been exposed to it, and then I got a PhD, and I got part of that process really opened up the idea of research. So then I started to do a lot of research on intention, started actually doing counseling with
Oh.
people, having a PhD in counseling. So it has been part of my life for a very long time.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you have a wealth of experience, like I said, that's several decades and worth it. And was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you do in the rest of your career? And Colton, you can jump on in too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that just that background of being exposed to the concept of intention and having success with it. I mean, that's I think a really big part of course, the book and now the course. It's both myself and Colton now. He's a first generation intender, you could say. And he's done a heck of a job with it, creating things in his life. I've been doing it now for over 50 years.
Wow.
And all we had to do was then fill in, the science behind it. And we have just figured out how to tweak all the intentionality that we've done with science-based concepts, so that we're really excited to help other people do what we've been able to do in our lives.
That is really interesting. And Colton, was that one moment for you that simply influenced you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely just based on my dad's, experience in creating intentions and being a very intentional person. Has brought me along this path to working on this, thinking about this, and now creating, a process and this new course that we've put together.
Okay, that's amazing too. And what are their intentions? We'll find out just when minute with the multi-talent duo of David and Colton Chorpening of What the Freak is Next and how to learn from it. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Malsensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Malsensia, available on Amazon, paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love you to first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Wilson Z has garnered great reviews. In Evil Evident Doors by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and Minions. So grab your copy today. Fergal's Missing by Mia Wilson Z, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Illumnipical, the think tank of the future that brings scientists and engineers together from all over the world. Illumnipical has created a method to construct a renewable generator with this in mind. This unique product operates on a closed loop system, generates more energy internally than it does and needs a function. The extra electricity can be used to run everything from homes and power grids to phones and even laptops as well. This power source is entirely renewable, highly scalable, and more importantly, regenerate. More information, visit facebook.com/Illumnipical. That's facebook.com/ELLUMENIPTICAL. That's part of our new sponsors of the Mike Wagner Show. Also, brand new Mike Wagner Show sponsor is The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, including 30 paintings and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives a new perspective of David through the Psalms he wrote in his time as a shepherd, where it all started and this complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. Check out The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Heidi Tam Music, featuring the smash hit Baby Come Back and appearing August 25th in Los Angeles. Listen for the details at HeidiTamMusic.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show 40 podcast platforms, heard in 100 countries: Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on all social medias: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and more. Take us with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast for t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, and more 24/7. And for more great merchandise, check out Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia, and check out the Mike Wagner Show. And support on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We heard two terrific gentlemen whose father-son authors, whose literary works have really touched the emotion. And, of course, they did the book, What the Freak is Next? And they also did Everyday Winning and Everyday Visionary, and also Beyond 55. And, before I get to more on the book, who are some of your favorite authors growing up?
I'll let you start that one, Dad.
No. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I would say Thoreau. I definitely like Walden. That has been an important book for me.
Okay. And then how about you, Colton?
Yeah. Noah Yuval Harari is a big fan. I'm a big fan of his work. He wrote Sapiens, 21 Questions for the 21st Century, Homo Deus. Those books really just got me excited to read again. And I kind of tear through all those great books. Definitely recommend them.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful as well. And you also wrote your own books with Everyday Visionary, A Practical Guide to the Life You Desire, and Beyond 55, Field Guide for What's Next. And tell us more about those books, guys.
Yeah. Dad, you want to take those away? Those are yours.
Yeah. I mean, I decided that I should promote the concept that we are all visionaries, and we do it every day in different levels of intensity. You may decide just today what are things that you want to make happen in your life this day, and then you might be thinking of a vacation that you want to take in a number of years, or a place that you want to move to, or a relationship that you like to have. So people are already using intention in their lives. And so the idea with Everyday Visionary was just to help remind people that they're already doing it, and they may have just forgotten that they have this tool that can enhance their lives. And so that was the intent with Everyday Visionary. And then the field guide was part of the process. So I've developed a process that I've been using in my coaching practice, life coaching practice, for 30 years. That really walks people through the process of deciding what life area would be good to have some kind of a change that could contribute to their happiness and fulfillment. And so in that book was really the launching of the actual course that now we have transitioned into a live online AI enabled course for folks.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you're wondering is what the freak is next. And what the freak is next, you wonder about that.
Totally. We're always seeking the next thing and making sure that we understand and that it's the best thing for our future.
Mm-hmm. And basically, it's a no BS guide to getting what you want and practical approach to understanding what and how you get there. Maybe some examples you guys can use in the book as well. So feel free.
Yeah, so the book uses a process and science-based method of appreciative inquiry. So it basically ask yourself certain questions, and from the answers, you find what you've already been good at in life, what you like to do, what people tell you that you're good at, and you start there instead of starting with like, oh, what am I bad at? What do I not have? Why do I not have these things? You start with all the reasons that you do have things and you've already been successful at. So that's kind of the initial framing for how the process works. So once you answer the 14 questions, then it goes through a workflow of basically dissecting those answers and then figuring out which area of your life would be most important and effective to focus on next. So then you pick that life area, and then from there, you go through a series of exercises to figure out if something were to happen that would divert you off of the path to getting what's next, what you would do then, who are people that can support you on this path. And then you create specific actions that are then also paired with habits. So you basically create like specific, I'm going to do this by this date, this time, this thing, so that I can achieve this intention. But then you also create like specific smaller habits you could do every day to kind of keep you focused and keep you building soft skills around that specific intention. And then for the course, and what we've built now is that it actually provides you a 30-day plan that you can utilize to basically make huge progress on your what's next life area within 30 to 60 days.
Okay. It sounds more like a goal setting, type of philosophy and everything else. Of course, this also applies like with job seeking, what you're good at, career and everything else. Of course, you heard about some of the tests they administer, what your skills at, what you're good at and everything. Like what was it, the Dorsets test, and I think there's also what was that other
Myers-Briggs.
one? What's that? Yeah, Myers-Briggs. That's the other one. So how does that approach differ from the other tests? For skill sets and everything else. How does that set apart from the rest?
Dad, you want to take that one away?
Yeah. Actually, certainly I was a proponent of all of those tests, the Myers-Briggs, and how our courses, I think, a lot better is that people have already lived their lives doing things and accomplishing things. And the key, as Colton has already mentioned, is this concept, this science-based project concept of appreciative inquiry. What people probably should start with is identifying all the ways that they already have been successful. What are the skills that they have been good at? And one way to know that is, think about a time when people said, Mike, you really are good at talking to other people about things, questioning people. And you might go, wow, I hadn't really noticed that. But then
I didn't notice it either, to be honest with you. I ask myself every day, even my dog, my cat, my wife, or sometimes I got to talk to my phone about this. AI, hello.
So in a way, I think that we can, actually shortcut that process because we have these very well-designed 14 questions, and it's interactive with our What's Next assistant, which is basically an AI-enabled assistant that summarizes back to the student all of the information about who they are. It builds a picture, a story about all the really important things that a person is good at, their passions and all of that. And in those 14 questions, which probably take people less than an hour to do, they really know. I mean, people just go, oh my gosh, I didn't really remember that I had those skills. And the course really grounds people. And then from there, now you have a foundation to build on and say, oh, I think I then want to make a change in my career. I want to make change in my relationship. But now the tools that you already have in your toolbox. So that would be my answer to requiring people to take a bunch of inventories.
Okay. Yeah, and I have some inventories I was going through myself as well. And you talk about the 14 questions. What are you good at? What you can do and everything else. Maybe one of the other 14 questions you can talk about just simply in general and what to expect. It's like, what is that other 14 questions? You don't have to give all of them, by the way. So
Yeah, so it is it's just 14 questions, but then it's utilizing the answers from those 14 questions to hone in on, the life area that you want to pick, and then these specific tools and kind of habits that you can do to make it a reality. Like a good example is someone saying that their what's next would be that they want to live in a foreign country for a portion of the coming year, right? So the uh, the course itself will identify that then they should start to like look at places that they should go and they could visit, that they could afford, uh, what time of year would you want to go, what kind of other people might go with you, basically like figure out the kind of hard actions, but then also it'll support with habits. Like you should also start taking salsa dance classes to immerse yourself in the culture. You should probably start doing Duolingo every day so that you're getting ready and speaking the language more fluently when you get there. So it's this kind of overall comprehensive system for really moving your life in the direction you want to go.
that is rather interesting. I think that gets my mind rolling with just about everything else. And I guess you kind of wonder, what the frick is next with the help of AI and everything else. And of course, what is next really? We'll find out with David and Colton Chorpening. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Ian Molson's The Missing, also Elam Mythical, The Think Tank of the Future, The Sweet Summits by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David on Amazon. Heidi Time Music. Check out our latest at HeidiTimeMusic.com. We'll be back with the amazing duo of David and Colton Chorpening of What the Freak is Next and the What's Next course. We'll get to that in just a minute here on the Mike Wagner Show. We're back amazing David and Colton Chorpening of What the Freak is Next, and also the What's Next course here on the Mike Wagner Show. And we talked about the course in general and everything. And now to take action, how do you access the course and where can you find the course and how do you get involved with the course?
Yeah, sounds good. So if you can put that link in the show notes, and people will be able to access the course there. It is about a 3-hour course of your actual coursework, but it will then provide you a really specific and powerful action plan that you can utilize for the next 60 days. We basically put 30 years of my dad's experience as a life coach, psychologist, and then our experience writing the book and having a lot of people do this process all into now this AI enabled course that is the shortest way to get incredibly good life coaching skills and life coaching advice within the shortest amount of time possible for the like absolute cheapest amount of money you can. So yeah, we're really excited about what we put together, and we'd love for people to try it out. Check it out in the description of the show. And
okay, we'll certainly do that. And where can we find your books at? What's the website? And how do people access the course?
Yeah, sounds good. So the book is available at thefisnext.com and available on Amazon.
All right, we'll certainly check those out with the amazing David and Colton Chorpening here on the Mike Wagner Show of what the fick is next, and also the AI course as well. And of course, this is my version of what's next. What else is coming up for you guys in 2024 and beyond?
Hey, David, you want to go first?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm really kind of doing a shout out for the concept of participating in the What's Next course, because for me, I get to live the life that I've wanted to live, my whole life. So here I am at 72, and I am doing all the things that I want to do. I don't really have to have a kind of a what's next bucket list in a sense, because I live where I want to live. I'm with the person I want to live. I have the relationship with my 2 children, adult children now, Colton and his sister Chelsea. So the what's next for me now is just really promoting this course to help other people be able to leverage the person that they are to the greatest degree of happiness and fulfillment. And so that's really when I'm actually at my desk. That's the excitement that I have is is doing that, taking this What's Next course, getting it out to as many people. We're basically democratizing life coaching. This kind of a course, if I was trying to do this, if I was doing this as a live life coach, it would cost $600 to $1,000.
Wow.
And it would take a lot of time, both with the student, a lot more than what Colton has said this course takes, 2 to 3 hours of your time. And you can do it whenever you want. I mean, if you're a late night person, do it late night. If you're early morning, do it then, and you can break it up. If you're working with a life coach, you're going to have to fit it into their schedule, my schedule, and that's a lot harder. So anyway, that's my What's Next, is really further democratizing what we've designed here for everyone to be able to find the best What's Next for them.
And we are certainly looking forward to that, guys. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
I would say one of the biggest influences in my professional career was the creative director at the first advertising agency that I worked for. Just like a very kind of Donald Draper-esque creative person that really showed me how you can just be so, unique with creativity and able to move forward with great brand work and like product launches.
That's interesting. I like that. And David, how about you?
Yeah, for me, I think it was that amalgamation of all those different people. Zig Ziglar and Earl Nightingale, Tony Robbins. The concept that we can create the life we most desire, that was definitely inspirational. And I'm very much an outdoors person, so the David Thoreau and Walden and all those sorts of things have definitely inspired my outdoor adventure life.
Okay, well, that's rather interesting. I seem to like that myself. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Well, that's pretty easy. Take our course and then go to the next best place in your entire life. I mean, that is absolutely the best advice I could suggest.
Yeah, kudos to that.
Okay, I think kudos to that as well too, and we all know what the thick is next as well too. Really amazing duo of David and Colton Chorpening of what the thick is next and the What's Next course. Make sure you check out the course on the Mike Wagner Show as well too, and of course make sure you subscribe as well. Take the course, and you'll live your best life. Guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase? Check out your books, and also check out the course.
Yeah, Mike, thanks for having us. The best place is thefisnext.com.
Okay. And what's our website again?
Thefisnext.com.
All right. Make sure you guys check that out. Guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. We wish you all best. And guys, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.